So this is how we're gonna do it. I found the Premier League table predictor. This is the website worldfootball.net/table underscore. This is the website. In case you are, yeah. So this is the website. So this is how we are gonna do it. So whenever you type you type the result here, and when you press calculate, the table changes based on the result that you have selected. And so this is how we are going to be predicting the Premier League winners, because I feel like if I just try and like say, oh, this person is going to win the league, this person is going to win the league, like I feel like this is a much more satisfactory sort of way for me to do it, to actually like predict what's going to happen match on match, and then like impute the results, and then we get the table at the end of it. So the first set of fixtures is the Arsenal against Chelsea. So I'm guessing these are all the rescheduled matches, because I know that a lot of teams have either a game in hand or maybe in some cases 2 games in hand or whatnot. So we won't be doing the entire table, but I feel like that'll be long. We're focusing on Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. So Arsenal against Chelsea. Yeah, I think it's an Arsenal win. I think Arsenal beat Chelsea. Not 20. I think Arsenal beat Chelsea 3-1. I think at the Emirates, Arsenal will probably have just a bit too much for Chelsea. Yeah, and so I think Arsenal will beat Chelsea 3-1. Then where's Liverpool? Liverpool against Everton. Oh, so that's their rescheduled game. Right, that's the Merseyside derby. I think Liverpool win. I don't know. You would think yes, because it's a Merseyside derby that there's a lot more passion, emotion. Obviously, Everton will be determined to stop Liverpool, but with Liverpool, there's club tax. Like club tax is a real thing. Since he announced that he was going to leave Liverpool at the end of the season, there's just been an extra aura around them, in like all of them are fighting and pushing to give Klopp the best possible send-off, a send-off that he deserves by winning as many trophies as possible and delivering him the Premier League title as well. And so with club tax and Liverpool just being too good for Everton, I don't really see Everton being able to do anything. I think it's a Merseyside derby, so to be tight and cagey, but ultimately I think Liverpool beat Everton 2-1. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Brighton against Man City. That's a tough one. Man City go away to Brighton. That's a tough one. I think Man City beat Brighton 2-1. I think Man City beat Brighton 2-1. I think they have just a bit too much for Brighton, and I think ultimately they end up getting the victory. So now let's calculate. You saw, did that change? Reset. Yes, it changed. So let's impute the scores. Sorry, let's impute the scores again. 2-0, 2-1, 2-1, and we press calculate, and it's calculated. It's updated the table basically. So right now Arsenal still on top, Liverpool second, City third. Let's go into the next game week, where our 3 challenges. Okay. So the next game week is obviously the game week that's going to happen after the international break, which is City against Arsenal. That's a big one. I think one thing that Arteta has done this season, which I sort of criticized him for at the start, was to make his team more defensively solid. And I felt like that in turn led the team to be less fluid, because Arsenal last season played, I would say, prettier football than they have been playing this season, or at least up until a certain point, because since the turn of the year, they've just exploded. But I thought that would probably hinder them. But what it's actually done is giving them a stable foundation for them to work on. They don't concede that many chances. They have the best defense in the league. And in turn now, at the start of the year, they've started just smashing teams and winning games. And in the big games, Arteta and Arsenal have always found a way to win. They beat City in the Community Shield. I know people don't rate the Community Shield and probably won't count it. That's fine. Regardless of if you're counting or not, they beat City at the Emirates. It was a tight and cagey game. It was a 1-0 game. And Arsenal ended up coming away with the point. Same way they went to Anfield and got a draw. And then they beat Liverpool at the Emirates as well. So in these big games, because of how tight they are defensively, it's giving Arsenal a platform to sort of build and be be a lot more sensible and smart and a bit more pragmatic in the way they approach these big games, which has allowed them to pick up a lot more points. And so I feel like coming into this Man City game, they definitely can get a result. They can beat City and they can draw against City. But the problem is, as sort of a bit more pragmatic as they've been, City at the Etihad are just different a different level. I'll be interested to see what would have happened if Arsenal played Liverpool now. Because when Arsenal played Liverpool at Anfield, the club tax hadn't kicked in. If Arsenal played Liverpool now, because I just watched what Liverpool did to Man City at Anfield and it was incredible. And the fact that Man City didn't get beat shows their a bit of luck, but shows their mettle and their sort of champion like aura that they have. For them to go to Anfield, get smashed, get battered, and still come away with the result, and almost even sneak it in the end with Doku hitting the post. So I would love to see Arsenal play Liverpool now and how going away to the Etihad, I feel like they can get a result. They can most definitely get a result. But with that being said, I still don't see Arsenal beating City. And unfortunately for Arsenal, I still don't see City being beat. It's just at the Etihad against Pep and against Man City, who know how to win these games. Last 10 games of the season, they step up, they turn it on, they go on. We've seen City do this over and over again over the past 5 or 6 years. Just go on these sort of incredible runs, winning 10, 12, 14 games for in the end of the season and finishing off the season strong and ending up picking up the Premier League title. Most times, I think 5 out of the last 6 years, it's been City. And so I don't know, with all the incredible things that Arsenal have done coming into this game, I think Arsenal should feel confident and they will feel confident. But I just think Pep will find a way. I think City will find a way because City tend to find a way. I would have been more confident if I felt like Arsenal were going to approach the game the same way Chelsea approached the game against Man City, the same way to a reduced extent for about 10 or 20, first 10 or 20 minutes. United approached the game against City. Arsenal are a better team than both Chelsea and United, so you expect them to pose more of a threat on the counter and be more defensively solid. But we saw Chelsea hurt them, and Chelsea having chances on the counter and playing on the counter. And a lot of people who see playing on the counter sort of, I don't know, defensive, pragmatic sort of football, but not really. I just think it's an efficient way to get at City, especially if you have a very good defense and very good players on the transition. And Chelsea utilized that so well against City. And I feel because Arsenal have like a stronger defense and see it out, if Arsenal get the lead at the Etihad, then it's game on, because City will have to come forward a lot more, and it will leave more space for Arsenal to get at them on the break and on the counter. But because I know Arteta and Arsenal won't want to, they'll be pragmatic, definitely, but they will still want to try and press City high. They will still want to try and make things uncomfortable for them. They will still want to try and play and go toe to toe. And I just feel like City will have too much Haaland, De Bruyne, Foden, Doku, Alvarez, just Rodri, just anyone, Bernardo Silva, anyone can just step up and make that difference. And I feel like I've waffled for quite a long time on this, but I think City beat Arsenal 2-1. I think City beat Arsenal 2-1. Yeah, it's heartbreaking stuff, but I think City beat Arsenal 2-1. And I think Liverpool beat Brighton 3-1. It's at Anfield tax, club tax. I can't sort of, yeah, I can't not back Liverpool at Anfield. I can't not back Liverpool at Anfield. Right. So, I want to try something. If I go forward without calculating, if I go back, so the results stay. Right. I'm not going to. I'm going to calculate at the end of it. I'll leave the results as they are. I already calculated it for this, and that's fine. I'll leave the results as they are, but I'll calculate it right at the end. So The next game week, Liverpool play Sheffield United. That's a humdinger, no brainer. That's a 4-0. And I feel like that's me being kind. I think that's a 4-0. City play Villa. City, the tough game. But Villa don't have Ollie Watkins. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I know Villa are without Watkins now. Because he got injured in their Conference League match. And that is obviously going to hamper them quite a lot. And City at the Etihad, I would say 3-1. I would say 3-1 City. And Arsenal, I think they dispatch of Luton 4-1. Yeah, I think they dispatch of Luton 4-1 comfortably. Yeah, I think they dispatch of Luton 4-1. Cool. Right, the next game 32. I think at this point Arsenal will have Bayern to contend with. City will have Real Madrid to contend with. Liverpool, depends on how seriously they want to take the Europa League. I think they would want to win that for club, so they will probably take that seriously as well. So to make things intriguing at this stage, because of the European ties that will be happening, well, I think City will find a way against Palace. I think they'll be Palace to them. Efficient away performance, get the job done, see the game out. Yeah, City doing City things. I think Arsenal Brighton. I think that'll be a tough game for Arsenal. But I think they edge it as well. Again, it depends on how distracted they'll be against Bayern, because the thing with City is we've seen them do this. They won the treble last year. We've seen them win in the Premier League and go to Europe and win also. And with Arsenal, we're yet to see that. We're yet to see whether they've stepped up to being that elite team once again, in terms of like competing both in Europe and in the Premier League and not missing a beat. So we're yet to see that. By back Arsenal, I just think they have something extra this year, and I think they beat Brighton 2-1. Liverpool against United. I'm a United fan, and we're not getting anything from this game, unfortunately. I think it may be another demolition job. We are so hit or miss, and most times we are misses. The only reason why we are sixth in the table, and it baffles me that we're sixth in the table, but the only reason why that is because we've only drawn 2 games. We've lost 11 games. That's more than West Ham. That's more than the entire top 5. More than West Ham, more than Brighton, the same amount as Wolves, 1 more than Newcastle, the same amount as Chelsea. It's bad. You can't be losing 11 games, and yeah, it's not great. And so I think we lose this game. I think it's going to be we could get dismantled 4-2. I think we could get dismantled easily. Yeah, 4-2 to Liverpool. Next game week, Liverpool play Palace. I think that should be straightforward one. 3-1 win. Arsenal against Villa. I don't know at what point. Maybe Watkins comes back for Villa. At this point, again, I don't know where Arsenal will be in Europe. I'll predict the Champions League in another video as well. I'll be doing my Champions League predictions as well. But do they beat Villa? Yes, I think they beat Villa. I think it's cagey. I think it's a bit tight, but I think they'll edge Villa. And City, yeah. Would they? They won't. I think 4-0. I think City beat Luton 4-0 at the Etihad. I'm sorry, Luton. They don't often lose big. They don't get smashed. They don't get smashed. 4-0. 4-0. I think they will. Next game. Arsenal against Wolves is an interesting game. It's an interesting game. Liverpool against Fulham is an interesting game. City against Spurs is okay. I think this game week is going to be pivotal. All 3 teams go away to very difficult places. Liverpool go away to Fulham. City go away to Spurs. Arsenal go away to Wolves. I'll start with Arsenal. I think Arsenal will edge a win over the line. I think Arsenal will edge a win over the line against Wolves. I think they will have just about too much. Yeah, I think they edge it. I think they edge it over Wolves. Actually, you know what? No, they edge it, but like maybe on the counter they get a third to be tight and cagey. But I think they win 3-1. Liverpool against Fulham. I think Liverpool edges it. I think Liverpool edge Fulham just about. I think they just about edge Fulham. Yeah, I think they just about edge Fulham. I think that's going to be a tight game as well because Fulham have been playing some decent stuff as well. Where's Fulham? They're 12th. I know yesterday they beat Spurs as well. So they've been playing some really good stuff recently. So going there's not going to be easy, but I back Liverpool to do that. And City against Tottenham. I think City lose to Tottenham. City historically don't have a great record at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think they won this season against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 1-0 in the FA Cup. But even that, they were the better team. But they had to scrape it to 1-0. I think historically, City going to Tottenham hasn't always been the most fruitful ground for them. And especially in this new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Tottenham seem to always have their number. I think Tottenham just seem to be City's bogey team. And I think they will be again. I think Tottenham find the way to beat City. And I think that throws everything up in the air once again. Okay, next game week. So, where are our contenders? Liverpool going away to West Ham. That's tough. Spurs against Arsenal is another tough one as well. And City against Forest. I think City beat Forest 2-1, 3-1. I think City beat Forest 3-1. I think City beat Forest 3-1. I think they go to Nottingham and cut down the trees. That was a bad joke. I know that was a bad joke. I apologize. That was really bad. That was really cringy. But yeah, I think City do the business against Forest. Liverpool, West Ham. Liverpool, there's just something about Liverpool. I think there's just something about Liverpool that will get them over the line against West Ham. Because going to West Ham isn't an easy place. It's a very tricky game to navigate, especially going to West Ham. I know West Ham fans are very divided when it comes to Moyes and how they feel about him. Some want him out, some don't want him out. But West Ham have been consistent under Moyes in terms of finishing in a certain position in the table, doing well in Europe, and going to West Ham with Kudus, with Paqueta, with all their really good and talented players. I think it will be difficult, but I think Liverpool with club tax will find a way. And I think the North London derby ends in a draw. It's just a different game, the North London derby. I think Tottenham will be playing not just for themselves and trying to qualify for Europe, but also to trying to stop Arsenal from winning the Premier League title. Arsenal beat them twice last season, which I found very, very impressive. They had a very mature performance against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season in the Premier League. I think they beat them 2-0. And it was a really good performance as well. But that being said, it was a different manager for Spurs, different time. With Ange now here with the passion from the fans and the crowd behind the team, pushing the team to stop Arsenal from winning the title. I think it's difficult. I think it becomes difficult for Arsenal. If Arsenal come away from this match with a win, I think that would be even bigger than if they came away with Man City with a win. Just because of the emotion, just because of the passion from the fans and the crowd. Obviously, City, the game away against City is the bigger game in terms of in the context of actually, no. They're about the same because actually, no, the game against City is a 6-pointer. So it's a bigger game in the context of a title, but this game is just because of the passion involved in the North London derby, because of the hatred of the clubs, and because Spurs will have their fans backing them, being behind them, and because Spurs have also they went to the Emirates and they drew. They've gotten some pretty decent results against the top teams as well. I think this ends in a draw. I think the North London derby ends in a draw. Next game week, Arsenal against Bournemouth. I think they dispatch Bournemouth. Yeah, I think they dispatch Bournemouth. I think not too much to say about that. I think at the Emirates they dispatch Bournemouth. Liverpool play Spurs. I'll come back to that. City against Wolves. I think they dispatch Wolves as well. I think City, confident performance. I think they dispatch Wolves as well. Pretty comfortably. At the Etihad, City are just a different beast. To be fair, City are a different beast regardless. But at the Etihad, they really know how to. City are just serial winners. They know how to get the job done, and bouncing back from the. Actually, no, they know how to get the job done. I think. What was the game before this? The game before this was against Forest. So they know how to get the job done, and I think they will be too much for Wolves at the end of the day. Now, everything in my head says Anfield tax, club tax, Liverpool being good tax. Just will get Liverpool over the line against Spurs. But for whatever reason, I can't shake the feeling that Spurs will get a point out of this game. I can't shake the feeling that Spurs will get a point out of this game. They really shouldn't, because Anfield tax, club tax, Liverpool being good tax. They really shouldn't get a point out of this game, but I think they will. So basically what I'm saying is that I think Spurs will get something from each of the top 3 teams in the title race. I think Spurs will play a pivotal role. I think because Spurs have gone away to Arsenal and gotten a point. They've gone away to City and gotten a point. They've gone away to United and gotten a point. I think those are the only away games they've played yet. I think those are the only sort of big away games they've played, and they've managed to always get a result. Last season, Liverpool scraped by Tottenham by the skin of their teeth at Anfield. I think it was the 4-3 game where Klopp pulled his hamstring, and so that was tight, and it was a Tottenham mistake. Tottenham came back from 2-0 or 3-0 down to equalize, and it was a mistake at the end of the game that cost them the game. So I think, I don't know, something about this game just screams to me Tottenham get a point, regardless of whatever my head says. And I will go with that gut feeling. I think Spurs will get a point. Game week 37, the penultimate. Liverpool go away to Villa. City go away to Fulham. Arsenal are not here. Oh, they are. So 34. So game week 34 and game week 37 are massive. In fact, I think game week 37 overall has the tougher games. Because Liverpool go away to Villa, Arsenal go away to United, and Fulham, and City go away to Fulham. I think City beat Fulham. Just because I doubt the City just know how to win. If they want to, they can easily win the last 10 games of the season and nobody will even be surprised. They just know how to win, and I think this match, one game before the end of the season, the penultimate weekend, I think they get the win. I think Liverpool drop points to Villa. I think Liverpool draw back-to-back games against Spurs and Villa. I think they do. I want to be cheeky and say Villa win, but I don't see that happening. I think Liverpool will drop points. They will go for it, but I don't think they will have enough to beat Villa. Yeah, I think Liverpool draw to Villa. I think Arsenal dispatch of United pretty easily. It could be a draw. But it also couldn't. I don't know. we are just not good enough for me to say that we could stop these teams. We just aren't good enough. We're just not good enough to stop Arsenal, especially when they have to, when they know they have to win, when the pressure is going to be on, when the title race is coming to a head, final penultimate game of the season. If you lose this game or if you don't win this game, your chances of winning the title, based on like the fixtures I've already predicted, is basically evaporates. And I don't think Arsenal will let that happen. I think they will beat us, unfortunately. And I think, I don't know, to be fair, we haven't calculated yet, so I don't know whether this is going to the last game of the season or not. But yeah, I think it will. Right? Yeah, it's tight enough that it will. Arsenal against Everton, final game of the season. I think Arsenal dispatch Everton. No, I think it's probably be cagier than that. I think it's be cagier than that. But I think Arsenal will dispatch Everton on the final day. I think Liverpool will dispatch Wolves on the final day. And I think City will dispatch West Ham. I think City will dispatch West Ham on the final day. I don't know. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. 3-1. Yeah. I think City will dispatch West Ham on the final day. I think Liverpool will dispatch Wolves on the final day, and I think Arsenal will dispatch Everton on the final day. So for me, game week 37 and game week 34 will be probably the two biggest game weeks. 35? No, no, no. I think that 30, hmm, 35 maybe, because all three teams are away again. Maybe 34, 35, 37 will be the biggest game weeks when it comes to the title race this season. Right. So we've imputed the results. I've imputed what I think is going to happen. Now let's see what the final table is saying. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I've predicted that the winners of the Premier League whoa, goal difference. Arsenal to miss out by a point. Oh, that is. I think if so by this, or I think if going into the final game of the season, Man City know that it could potentially come down to goal difference, and Liverpool know that as well. I think both Liverpool and Man City could absolutely smash West Ham and Wolves. I think if they knew it came down to goal difference, they would smash West Ham and Wolves. But even at that, I don't think West Ham and Wolves will want to come to these grounds and be smashed. So I feel heartbroken for Arsenal. 1 point, 89 points, and you come third is crazy. To be fair, getting 97 and coming second is crazy or so. I guess there isn't much to complain about there for Arsenal. But 89 points are coming third. It's crazy. So I'm predicting Liverpool to win the title by goal difference. If this happens, I hope and pray that this happens. If this happens, it's a potentially go down as the greatest title race of all time. The greatest title race of all time. If this happens. But yeah, those are my predictions. At some point my camera turned off. I didn't realize until I checked back. I think at the point it turned off, it was close or towards the end of the video, from what I suspect, and so I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, that's just that's a bit sad. But I realized and hopefully it cut off just at the end, and so you could see my face for majority of it. But yeah, those are my predictions. Arsenal to come third, 89 points. City to come second, 90 points, 52 goal difference. And Liverpool to come first, 90 points, 54 goal difference. Those are my predictions. Leave your predictions in the comments down below. I hope and I'm praying that I think I'm back, and hopefully will be as consistent as I was at the beginning. Sorry, I took quite a while. I don't think I'm important enough for people to have cared or maybe noticed. But if you did and you were wondering, I apologize. But I'm here now. I'm back. I'm excited to be making videos regularly again, and I look forward to the title race just like the rest of you. But until next time,